Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Young and Impressionable. As you can see, this is a special week. I am not in the studio. I am out traveling as usual. This week, I actually will be talking about something that I experienced lately. See, I have a lot of followers who talk about how I'm just man bashing and I just hate men and all this stuff. And it's not true. I mean, to an extent, I did. So this episode is Beware of the Educated Fuckboy. Beware of the educated fuckboy. So let me tell you guys what happened to me. A lot of people say it's who I choose, like I just choose horrible men or something. I really don't. I end up choosing guys who are educated, who have a lot going for themselves, they're attractive, but the problem is they already know that they're attractive. They know they have all this going for themselves, so they feel like they don't have to settle down or whatever it is. I met this guy this past week, and he is on my Facebook, so if you happen to see this, I don't care, honestly. I hung out with him this week, and we went swimming, had a good time. I mean, like, it was just really nice. I mean, there was, like, a little, like, flirting, you know, here and there. But I just thought he was such a nice guy because he didn't even try me. Usually guys try me, you know, they'll go in for the... He didn't even try me. So I was like, oh my God, he's so sweet. He graduated from Yale. He has a good career. Da, da, da. Like, I was just like, he's awesome. Well, that Monday we end up texting and I tell him I had a pleasure hanging out with him. And I told him before, like, I haven't even touched a guy in 2 months. So I was like, it was nice to be able to just be around a man, you know? It's really nice. And I appreciated him being a gentleman. Well, was I wrong? Because I texted him and told him I had a great time, and he said, yeah, I enjoyed myself most of the time. And I was like, well, what part did you not enjoy? And he said, the part where we didn't have sex. And I'm like, the part where we didn't have sex? Like
what do you mean?
I'm like, like, what did you... I'm just so confused. Like, somebody help me out here because I feel like it's a lose-lose situation. I mean, if I have sex with them, I'm a hoe. But if I don't try it, what did he want me to do? He didn't even go in and try me. Like, he didn't even try me. He just like... So I thought he was just such a great guy, but I guess he was used to women trying him instead, and I never did. I never went in for the kill. So I'm not really sure what he wanted from me. So somebody help me out because I just got denied for the first time in my life. Not only did this man tell me that I'm just like, I don't even know how I feel right now. Not only did he tell me that he didn't have a good time because we didn't have sex. Not only did he tell me that, but he told me that he wasn't as interested in me anymore. And that I was playing games. I'm playing games? I want to understand this. I want to understand how I'm playing games. Yes, Ashante, I know you gave me the tea about it. So Ashante says that it was just because I didn't have sex with him. But I don't want to feel like, okay, I'm calling this guy a fuckboy because he turned me down. Like, that's whack as hell, you know? Like, that's super whack. So I'm just sitting here confused because I feel like everything went great, and then he's talking about how, well, we didn't have sex, so what am I supposed to do?
So what?
I mean, what did I do wrong? Like, somebody tell me what I did wrong because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's not interested. I mean, he didn't expect me to have sex with him the first weekend of meeting him, did he? Like,
he gave you 3 days.
Good Lord, he gave me a 3-day window and then was like, no, you're playing games. I don't know what kind of game I was playing. So these guys out here, I don't know what the actual definition of a fuckboy is. because I think that we see them as like, oh, they're a scrub, they don't have a job, they don't have a career, they don't have a home, they don't have a car. Like, that's usually what people call a fuckboy. Well, no, there's a whole nother type of fuckboy out here. There's religious fuckboys. There's fuckboys that use God to get in women's pants. There's fuckboys that use their career and the fact that they're doing all these great things. Hey, you have to turn that off. I can hear it. He obviously was hot and ready, but I don't know what I was supposed to do. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. These guys are out here. So not only did I deal with that this week. Hold on. I was like, wait, you guys are gonna have to be quiet. Like, so not only did I deal with that this week, but I also dealt with a guy who has a business, who has a master's degree, and offered me a job at his business. And I'm thinking, okay, what is this? How good is it? You know, I'm asking him all these questions. Come to find out, the business doesn't even exist. Like, I asked him for it, I Googled it, and this guy is using his business and the money that he already had to lure women. Like, I'm just really fed up with it at this moment. I'm just really fed up with it. Well, okay, BJ, like, he's used to girls trying him. I mean, like, he didn't even reach for me. Like, he didn't even, like, try to just, like, I don't know, like, we cuddled. I even spent the night at his house, to be completely honest. I spent the night and nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. I mean, like, he maybe rubbed on my leg. You know, it was just like, it was very, like, very appropriate touching. Like, he was waiting for me. Don't guys usually go for the kill? My mom said that since he played football for Yale, that he's used to having like 5 white girls in his bed and sleeping with all of them at the same time. And I was like, Mom, that's a little much, but it's probably true. He never has to actually go for it. And I guess he was expecting me to be laying there in the bed with him and just like be like, oh my God, like, I wonder what that D is like, and just go and grab it. And I'm just not gonna do that. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. I don't, like, I'm hurt here, you guys. I actually legitimately was so hurt that I had been turned down that I low-key, high-key cried about it to my friend, and I know he's on here. And I was so upset. Like, I've never had that happen to me, where I only hung out with the guy all weekend. We have a great time. I'm thinking he's such a gentleman. He speaks with such prestige and has just this great, like, aura about him. And then turns around and just, like, does me like, oh, well, I'm just not as interested in you anymore. So, it is what it is. I mean, somebody tell me. I have all these guys on here and you all are silent and nobody's telling me anything. And all you guys do is complain to me about how I'm a man basher and all this stuff, but yet nobody wants to tell me why this is happening to me. Nobody wants to tell me why this is happening to me. Because I feel like I pick good men. I feel like I shoot for the stars. I feel like I get what I expect. I want, like, I mean, I understand that's on him, but, like, somebody tell me, because if you guys don't want me, no, he was a dark-skinned guy. He was not light-skinned, okay? He was dark-skinned. And you know what he told me? He said, I'm a black man, basically in an area that doesn't have many black men. He's educated, graduated from Yale, plays football. So he said he's a catch. He said he's a catch. Well, I thought he was a catch too, and I thought that he was so much of a catch that I would wait and get to know him before I added anything sexual in the mix, because that always messes up a relationship. So I was like, wow, I like this guy so much that I'm going to wait for him. Isn't that what I'm supposed to do? I feel like damned if I do and damned if I don't. So somebody, like I said, all these guys on here and everybody's silent. Somebody tell me how I'm supposed to sit here and still believe in men and still think that men are this great when I keep running into guys. I can't just say that, because I know a lot of guys that are really good guys. I had my hopes way too up. Okay, help me out here. I'm supposed to think highly of men, but I'm not supposed to have my hopes up. Tell me how I balance that. Tell us how we're supposed to do this. Because somebody has to help us out here. Somebody. No? Nobody? I don't want to hear my standards are too high. I'm sorry. I have high standards for myself, so of course I'm going to have high standards for my man.
I'll exceed all your expectations.
That's just how it is. Don't have your hopes up next time. We're all hoes. So when I call you guys hoes, I'm wrong. But you guys know.
Yeah.
See, I know you want to call women bitter and all this stuff, but yet you do things to us that, of course, make us upset. I don't know if you guys expect us to just deal with it. Do you want us to just be like, oh, I got screwed over again. Oh, well, I'm not upset. I'm not bitter. Yeah, I'm freaking bitter. You wasted my time. You made me feel like it was important. I need to ask the right questions on the first date. Well, you know what? I did ask a bunch of questions, and I got the answer, because he straight up told me that all men are fuckboys. And he straight up said, he was like, all men are fuckboys. And I was like, okay, so does that mean I should just stay single? Is that the case? I know some of you guys are over here talking about how I should be lesbian and how I should just be with a woman and all this stuff. Well, I don't like women either, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so Preston said this whole experience is beyond you. In your age group, things are upside down regarding male and female roles. Young women like yourself that are attracted to open and new things should, hold up, I have to read all this. Be very cautious. Right now, it's your career that's most important. That is so true, and that's what I have to focus on right now.
Exactly.
Because they just come into the mix and...
Distracting.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's lame, lazy, and doesn't know how to take charge appropriately. If he gives up without making a move, you shouldn't feel bad. I understand that. I think it's true. He was just so used to just getting it easy that...
He was behind the train.
Okay, I shouldn't base the situation on every guy. I know I don't have time for this. That's why I'm very upfront. And I think that really I was so upfront that he weeded himself out, because this really could have extended on for months, and then he would have ended up doing the same thing, and by that time I probably would have gave it up or something and be even more in my feelings, which would have been horrible. Been really horrible. Cam, I know you came in late. Oh my gosh. So, okay, Cam, I know you came in late. Basically, there was this guy that I met, and he ended up, we got along really, really well. And then he just ended up telling me that he only enjoyed most of the time together. And I was like, what part did you not enjoy? He was like, the part where we didn't have sex. And I was just like, okay. So I put it off, and I was like, well, that was the best part. And then I was like, we should do that more often. And he was like, no, I'm not going to torture myself like that. I'm like, honestly, I thought that was a good thing. I thought that was a good thing. And you know what? And he said things so nicely. When I talk about educated fuckboy, he spoke with such prestige, and the way he said things, and he just was very proper about everything. And it was still as much of a gentleman way that he carried himself and held himself. His intentions were still the same. It's still the same. So, I mean, I guess I did weed it out because it didn't even last a week. So maybe I did something right. At the same time, I'm still like, it's just so, I just feel like it's just so rude. That, oh my God, these hoes out here getting prego by bums and men who only want trophies. They need to focus on their future. But alas, the generation now is trash. Yeah. Yeah, why are you worried about someone who thinks that way? If you feel you want to wait, wait. If he doesn't agree, move on. We gotta let people pass us by. That's true. That's true. I know, I understand, like, okay, so, does anybody want to give me any, I guess, any kind of, like, what I should do different? Is there even anything I should do different? And him saying I played games, he told me that he wasn't as interested in me because I played too many games. And I said, how so? And he was like, oh, well, it's hard to explain in text because, of course, he was texting me this. And he's just like, oh, it's hard to explain in text. And I'm like, what's the game I was playing? I was like, I wasn't playing any games. But now that I think about it, I was playing a game in a sense. My game was I want to get to know this guy. So I'm not going to sleep with him. And yeah, there might be like some vibes and some intense connections and, you know, but that's the fun part of just like writing that out and just like feeling it and then letting it pass instead of acting upon it. And I think that's like different and a grown up way of doing things. But, you know, apparently, and then this is Alex who did my beautiful makeup today. So, a point is, I do want to tell all of you that as much as I complain, I don't know what it is, but I still like men for some stupid reason. So, I'm not on here to like announce that I've gone the other way because I haven't. I wish that was the case, so I wouldn't have to deal with this anymore, but for some reason, I still like men. After all this stupid this is what's wrong with us. And also, and you know what? This also, as much as, and you know what you said, y'all ain't know better. You know, Cam, I'm glad you said that because I was just thinking that the reason why this guy expected me to just grab his dick is because that's what all these women are doing. And now I've been sitting here pissed off at men this whole time, which I'm still mad at y'all. Y'all still need to have a little more self-respect for yourselves, okay? And at the same time, this guy wanted me to sleep with him, and Usher just came out giving girls herpes, and R. Kelly's peeing on bitches, and I mean, I know it's a long time ago, but it's been like 10 years, and we've stepped up. He might be doing some other stuff to them now, so he might be on something else now. And these guys out here, I'm not playing with none of this stuff, like none of it. So why would I sleep with you this quick? Like nobody's learned anything. Nobody's learned. We need papers on people now. Like everybody needs to get the papers and wrap it up. Okay, do both because nowadays things are just getting messy. So no, I'm not sleeping with you in the first weekend and Usher out here giving people STDs and all kinds of stuff and Charlie Sheen giving people AIDS. I don't got time. Ain't nobody worth none of that. Okay, take the risk, my ass. All right. But yes, Cam, I was talking about these women. These women are out here. These women are out here just sleeping with guys for status, for whatever it is, and just using men, just like using men for their dicks. And so now guys are out here like, oh, I don't got to do anything anymore. So men are lazier. I actually just had a conversation with somebody talking about how they said black women are out here like being successful and entrepreneurs. Yeah, because they're now quote unquote independent women, and these women are out here just like sleeping with all these men just willy-nilly, obviously, and don't have to put any effort into it. And these men are like, what I've been told is men will sleep in a box. They don't care. They'll sleep in a box. The reason why they provide a home is for a woman. Well, if a woman already has that and is already sleeping with them, there's nothing to work for. So guys are like lazier. I mean, I know I'm generalizing. I understand I'm generalizing. Like, I get it. But guys are out here not doing as much because they don't have to do as much anymore to get a woman. And as I was sitting here being angry at all of you men, I need to be just as angry at these women for being easy and for just like going out here and being ridiculous. Not a box? Oh, okay, well. What's not, tell me what's not true. Like, don't just tell me it's not true. Tell me what's not true. Okay, not a box. You won't sleep in a box? Okay, I'm sorry. Like, your car. Either way, I actually just saw a guy. I actually just met a guy who sleeps in his car. And he turned around. Oh, girl. Oh, Lord. I don't even know what to say. This guy was trying to hit on me. I told him he didn't have a house. He just had a car and he was sleeping out of his car. And I told him to get his foundation set before he comes and talks to me or anybody of that matter. I'm like, you need to get yourself a home before you come and talk to me, right? Like, you're tripping. And he said, I want a woman that's going to build with me. You want her to build your foundation? You are a man. Like, this is ridiculous. Well, this man sent me a Snapchat not too long ago. This gets kind of dirty. He sent me a Snapchat not too long ago, and it was just like dark, but it was sex noises. It was like he audio recorded him having sex with a girl on Snapchat and sent it to me, almost on some like, yeah, I got some anyway, and I'm fucking homeless. Well, she can have you, and that's what I'm talking about. These girls want to go and just like sleep with some freaking homeless and do all this extra stuff, and then these guys expect me to deal with it, and then the good guys have all the guys who are successful and have all this stuff have all these options, so they feel like they have no reason to settle down with anybody, and I just can't deal with it. Like, first off, ladies, those few ladies that are on here, can you have more standards? I just feel like, can you just have more standards? Because really, you're like messing up my game, because my game is to not be a hoe.
Oh, please.
So can you just not? I can't save them. I try. I try to be Captain Save a Hoe and help a hoe and fix a bitch, and I can't do none of that. Like, I really tried. Like, really, really. It just did not work.
Stupid shit.
They're what?
Dave.
I can't. Not all men are the same. There's still good men like myself out here. I believe that. Like, that's why I'm still here. Because I believe that they're out there somewhere. They say you don't have options. Your options are hoes too. How do you figure that? I mean, maybe I don't hang out with so many women, and that's why I'm just like oblivious to everything. I only know myself and Ashante, and that's it. And we're so different that can't even put us in a category. So, I mean, your options are hoes and it sucks because I can tell that your options are hoes because of the way that men approach me and the way that their expectations of me are to be a hoe. And I'm just not that. And I'm just tired of, no matter where I go, I can go to a bum and he's a fuckboy. I can go to a guy who is successful and has a career and he's a fuckboy. I can go to a guy who's God-fearing in church and extra Bible thumper and he's still a fuckboy. When does it end? And really I think that when someone does you dirty, it impacts you the most. So the reason why it gets talked about more is because it hurts the most. And I just can't deal with it. Preston, he said when I first started, I was focused on being a star. As I grew and elevated my career, it became about being the best musician and professional I could be. It's really two different things. Nothing is more gratifying than working your ass off and making your own way. I've lived this, so that's it. I mean, what it comes down to is, I guess part of me wants to grow with a man. I think that's something that we all talk about. Like, we all talk about, like, I want to grow and I want to build and I want to do this and that. And, like, as things are going, I just kind of feel like I got to just do this on my own. And then we end up being these independent women who don't need a man, and it's just this whole cycle. It's this whole cycle. And you guys want me to not talk down on you, but yet you all know what your friends are up to. You all know that you hide them cheating on their girl or whatever it is, that a lot of you aren't vulnerable enough. There's just so many different things. Don't know how to communicate and express yourself because of whatever you've been through. And it's hard. Like, it's really hard to just have a good relationship because all this stuff is just getting in the way. And I mean, mark my words, if I'm not with anybody in my 30s, I'm just gonna adopt. I'm just gonna be a single mom and adopt, not have to worry about any baby daddy drama, nothing like that. I'm just going to adopt. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see. If he doesn't want to grow with you, it's pointless. Yeah, I just, there is no he. That's what it is. I can't even find a he. And some people say that it's who I choose or who I like or what I'm attracted to. And I feel like I've tried to be attracted. I've dated different races. I've dated guys of different statures. I've tried different things. Like, okay, I don't want to date a guy who, I'll try to date a guy who is struggling and trying to make it up. Or I even date a guy who already had it all together and had his business, and it just still didn't freaking work. It just didn't work. And every time I am like, okay, like people say, like, don't have such high standards. Well, I'll let go of a few little things, but those few little things are things that get in the way. So is there a perfect person out there? Is there a perfect guy out there who actually likes women? Who actually likes women and has it all together? I mean, is that I'm adopting too? Yes, I'm definitely, especially if I'm single, I'm going to adopt. I mean, why put more seeds into this earth? I mean, it's pretty overpopulated. So I'm done with that. I was going to call that guy that tried to scam me. I was going to call him, but I'm just going to leave him alone. You're making babies, Francisco? I think you should second guess that one. I don't know if you should procreate. Okay, Cupid's where you found your wife. Okay, Cupid, if you guys looked at I think I posted it a couple weeks ago. Okay, Cupid, I was on there and I got catfished. So I don't know if I should be on Okay, Cupid, because last time I got catfished and I called him out for catfishing me because I don't play those type of games. And yeah, some of y'all know how that went. But see, okay, is it Tavia? Yeah, I know. I think it's like a struggle. It's like a struggle. I don't know what it is, but I'm really just over it, to be honest. I will keep doing me, and yes, I do need to get a reality TV show, but probably not, because my reality dating TV show is gonna be me being super blunt and being like, you guys are all fuckboys. New set of guys. No. Fuckboy, asshole, fuckboy, gay. Oh my gosh. No such thing as too picky. I mean, well, there is, but I think that it's important to, if you have standards for somebody else, I think I've said this before too, if you have standards for other people, you need to have those same standards for yourself, or more. So, no, because I have very high standards for me, so I'm going to have high standards for myself. Honest, you say you like honest, but there's like, you know what this guy told me? He said either you're a fuckboy or you're an asshole. So, I think I understand the concept because I've dated a lot of guys. The guys who were my boyfriends never cheated on me. I don't know if like fuckboys are considered cheaters. We haven't established what the definition of a fuckboy is to the T yet. But the guys I've dated haven't cheated on me, but they were assholes. So I can kind of see what he's saying in either you're a fuckboy or you're an asshole. In a female version, I guess that would be either you're a hoe or you're a bitch. So I guess I'm going to be a bitch because I'm just not going to deal with this stupid stuff. And I really feel like men and women need to go ahead and have higher respect for yourself. Like, we're not children anymore. Like, we're not 19. I understand 19 is the hoe age. You know, hopefully y'all got it out at that point, because it is. 19 is the hoe age. I've been looking at all these 19-year-olds, and they're out here doing the most. And they're just hot and ready, like some Little Caesars pizza. And we are grown. We should be grown past that by now. Like, for sure, past all of that. Boyfriends are supposed to be assholes, not fuckboys. I mean, I guess so, but, you know, once you're an asshole, then you get my mouth, you know, because obviously you're a hoe or you're a bitch, so I guess I'm a bitch. And you run your mouth at me, I'm going to run my mouth right back at you. Right back. So there has to be some kind of respect with that, for sure. But I think I'm going to tell you the ways that you can tell a fuckboy. I just dealt with it, so I can't sit here and act like I just know everything. But I definitely weed them out. I definitely was weeding them out. It didn't last very long. He didn't do me in or at all, actually. Okay, so the ways you can tell a fuckboy. If you guys know ways, go ahead and write them down, because you guys are men, so you should know. You should know. Okay, you guys tell me. What are the, I guess, like, what makes a fuckboy? Like, what are the signs? What are the signs of a fuckboy? I want you guys, I have a lot of guys on here right now. I want you guys to tell me. Help me out, because you don't want me to think all men are this or that. So help me out so that I can weed them out from the jump. What is the sign of a fuckboy? What's the sign of a fuckboy? So men are only assholes or fuckboys? Yes. Apparently, that's what this guy told me, is that apparently that's what it is. So yeah, you guys tell me what the signs of a fuckboy are so that I can dodge all those bullets. And I don't have to be on here complaining about it all the time. You guys don't want me to complain about it? Okay, well, help me dodge some bullets. What are the signs of a fuckboy? Because as I dealt with it this weekend, I realized that, number one, when it comes to the educated fuckboy, he let me know what school he went to. He let me know he graduated from Yale. Almost off top. Like, the night I met him, I knew that he went to Yale. Does he know what school I went to? No, because people don't just go around prancing like, hey, I went to this school. Like, he obviously used it for something. Like, he let me know in some way. Like, either he told my friend or his friends told my friend. Like, he definitely used it in some way. So that's a sign, number one. If he uses anything like a school, or he's an athlete, or he's in a fraternity, like, if he tells you off top, he's a fuckboy, like, for sure. Fuckboys are feminine? He wasn't very feminine. He definitely wasn't very feminine. But I'm not sure if he was a fuckboy or an asshole. That's definitely a good one to filter through. I'm not sure which one he was, because it sounded like he was both. So yeah, number one, if a guy tells you straight up that he goes to that he's trying to get cool points. If a guy's trying to get cool points, if he's trying to, like, tell you, oh, I'm in a frat, or oh, I graduated from Yale, or oh, I played football. Like, if they tell you that off top, just run, just go the other direction, because they're just trying to use their status to get points. Somebody who actually wants you to know them and get to know them for who they are aren't going to use status to get points. That's number one. Oh, the first day you give them their number and they want to pull up ASAP, like, let's chill. Yeah, that's number 2. If they're like really quick, I guess, like really quick, like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Like, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? Yeah, that's number 2 for sure. This guy was tricky. Of course, if a guy is like extra trying to get in your pants, but this one was a little trickier. This one sat back a lot and just waited, and it confused me a little because I wasn't sure if he was like standoffish or it just confused me. Like, I was used to guys like really just like grabbing on me and trying me, but this one was just like really standoffish and didn't really try me, and I was like, well, I think that there's a sign there too, that if they're just like, because like we're laying down, right? We're laying down. I want to be cuddled. So like he would cuddle me and then he would kind of flip, almost like having it open, like presenting the dick, like touch it, like touch it. Like I think in his head, he was probably thinking like, if I lay on my back, like she'll grab it. Like she'll. He was so wrong. He was so wrong. About to make me worse? No, okay. No. I just need to know how to cut them off. And then I did talk to him, like I said stuff about, he asked me what I was. You know, I told him I'm a Scorpio. He was like, oh, well, you probably think that all men are horrible. You hate all men. I was like, basically he said good because all men are fuckboys. He said good. You need to keep hating all of them. And I'm like, okay. I guess. I mean, usually people don't say that, right? These generalizations are off. I hear you, because I've met some very nice guys. Like, okay, so I'm getting DMs saying I hate all men. Okay, all right, whatever. Okay, I mean, what do you expect me to do? What do you expect me to do? Said a man diss you recently? Yeah, but this guy is messaging me on my DMs and it's popping up. So I'm just gonna put on blast what he's saying to me. Yes, a man did diss me lately. He told me that that he wasn't as interested in me as he was, and I didn't understand why. And he said because I was playing games, and I wasn't playing any games. I mean, the game I was playing was, I guess it was the not have sex off the top game. I'm going to play that game, so get the hell over it. I'm going to play that game. And obviously you were playing a game, which was let me lay on my back and wait until she grabs my dick game. And I don't want to play that game either. So I guess we're both playing 2 different games. And it's not going to work. I don't know how to pick them. Apparently, I don't know how to pick them. Well, you know what? If 90% of them are shit and then 10% is actually like good guys, then it's really the luck of the draw. Like, that's pretty hard. That's pretty difficult. And I don't even know if it's all 10%, to be honest with you. Because even a lot of y'all that are on here are still questionable. I'm gonna be real. Y'all are still questionable. So, this guy is messaging me saying, I knew you played games. He read you well. I was straight up. Like, he read me because I didn't grab his dick. Sure, that's fine. That's fine. He doesn't open doors for you, fuckboy. Oh, sure. Oh, that's legit. I haven't talked to that many men. I mean, how many men am I supposed to talk to? Good Lord. I feel like I've talked and had discussions with a lot of guys. How many guys am I supposed to talk to? Jeez. You know what? I think I just need to travel. I can't even say that. Like, oh, I need to travel around the country and just date different men. No, I don't know. I need to go and cop me a foreign. I don't know. Like, I don't understand what you guys want. What you guys want. You know, I'm just going to have to go Lone Star Hookah in Austin. That's like the best place ever. But I'm not dating nobody from there. So, sorry, Erwin. I don't know what to tell you. But I'll be in Lone Star, though, for sure. Can't come tonight because I am currently in Dallas. And about to hit McKinney Street. That will be fun. So follow me on Snapchat at Janae Moore, because I'm gonna be taking a whole bunch of pictures and probably doing the most and, you know, being everywhere. So that'll be fun. And if anybody's in Dallas, come out, meet me at McKinney. I need to stop messing with my type. I mean, my type is alpha men, masculine, attractive, intelligent. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to change that much. Loves dogs and animals, wants to help the world, wants to be successful, business entrepreneur, business minded. I mean, I can't really change that because that's stuff that I feel is necessary. So how do I change my type without lowering my standards? It's a hard situation. It's very different. Who's laughing at me? Like, y'all crazy. You guys are crazy. I'm not going to be in town tomorrow. I'm going to be here forever. Is that that's what you say, but you seem to run into the same type of alpha men. Not really. This is really the first time that this has happened to me. I've never had this happen. I've never been like turned down, like, hey, I'm not as interested in you anymore. Like, that's never happened to me. So yeah, I'm a little shook. I'm a little shook, and especially the reasoning. Not just like, oh, we don't get along, like there's no connection. That wasn't the reason. The reason was that I tempt him too much, and I'm not trying to give it up. So doesn't matter what your number is on dating. You can date hellas as long as you're not messing with all of them, screwing all of them. I mean, yeah, that's why I had to. Yes, he was honest, and I appreciate the honesty. I do. But at the same time, like, I wish he kind of would have told me that instead of telling me like how. Okay, when we first met, he told me that he could wait a whole year for me. That's what he told me. He was like, "Oh, I'd wait a whole year for you," and I was like, and it didn't register until I've been like thinking back on it now. I'm like, he told me he could wait a whole year for me, and I was gonna hold him to that. I don't know if I could win a whole year, but I was gonna try. Because he said it. He said I would wait a whole year for you, but this man couldn't even wait a week. So the lies, like, I was supposed to think, oh, he said no, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm not playing around with no men no more. You tell me you're gonna do something, I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm gonna hold you to what you say and how you say it. He told me that he wasn't into this and that, blah blah blah. Okay, well, we'll see about that. I'm not just gonna take your word. I'm not just gonna take your word anymore. So guys, those of you that are just speaking, you know, yeah, he did mess up. Well, I was taking him very seriously. Like, I took him very seriously. I was like, you know what? I might actually like consider. I respected his body so much and mine that I was going to wait for him and get to know him and actually get to know him for him. And he was too busy trying to rush into something that's unnecessary. Like, but whatever. I am here to tell you guys that, yeah, y'all are fucked up. A lot of y'all are messed up, okay? But at the same time, I also know why. I know it's because women allow this kind of fuckery. I mean, I'm told in my relationships that guys tell me all the time, like, Janae, nobody's ever told me this or that, or like, why are you the only one that complains about this? And you're no other girl has told me or complained about that. Yeah, because instead they hold it all in, and then you feel like you break up out of nowhere for no reason when they have 15 different reasons in their head that they never told you. I'm gonna be blunt. I'm not going to hide nothing. I'm going to tell you every single thing that I have a problem with. And that's also when cheating comes into place. These women and men are out here cheating because they're not communicating what they have a problem with. I straight up told my ex, my most recent ex, I straight up told him, I said, this is the reason why women cheat on you. And I straight up told him. And if that's wrong, it's not. Because he wants to complain about women cheating on him. They're cheating on you because you're a great guy. You have a lot going for yourself. You're very giving. You're very caring. But you don't try to please your woman. He wasn't very sexual at all. And I'm like, look, there's guys that women can call at the drop of the dime, knowing that they're gonna get some good. Like, knowing that they're going to get some good, and vice versa, So if I'm telling a guy like, hey, I'm gonna need a little more from you, and he's just like, just wait, like, just wait until whatever. Like, I'm just not that important. Like, oh, my business is more important, my stuff, everything is more important than pleasing you. Then I'm like, see, this is why you get cheated on. I'm not gonna cheat, but this is why you get cheated on. So stop doing it. Stop. And I'm gonna be blunt about it. I think that women cheat because they hold all this stuff in. They don't like that they're not getting attention or whatever it is, and they go off and they cheat. And then it ends up being a good guy, but he didn't do these things, and maybe she didn't tell him, or she didn't want to drop him because she benefited so much from whatever else it was, and ended up getting that one thing that she was missing. And same for men. Men could end up doing the same thing. Some guys just like to sleep around. Some guys are just hoes. But I'm sure that that's the case too, is that there's women out there who aren't maybe as sexual, or they don't really care about pleasing their men. I don't know what it is. I don't know people's lives. I just understand what I've gone through and experienced, and 99% of y'all need help. Like 99%. I mean, I commented on, I forgot who it was, whose status it was. I think he's on here. I commented on someone's status because they said people keep asking me why I'm single. And I'm like, I hate that question. I'm single because 99% of the people in this world need freaking help. And they're attracted to me because I'm a helper and I'm a giver. And I want to freaking help everybody. I mean, it's hard to find that 1% that doesn't need help. Everybody out here needs help. I mean, for real. So I'm just over it. I know this show is really a rant. You want to know where are the classy women at? I mean, the classy women are, I feel like they're all over the place. But maybe I'm wrong because I don't hang out with a lot of women, and I don't get along with a lot of women. I don't deal with women like that. I never really have, and I kind of see why. Like, because if I'm dealing with men expecting me to be like them, because I've gotten mad so many times. Why did he approach me like that? Why did he think that? Why blah blah? Because it's worked for somebody. It's worked for these girls out here. See, I'm just like, I'm irritated. I'm so over it. Like, get it together. Men and women, get it together. Respect your bodies. If all this STD stuff didn't scare you enough, like, at least, like, have your morality, want a family, I mean, you don't have to have a family, but want to respect your body. I mean, it's an exchange of energy. It's more than just something physical. I don't know, maybe nobody has respect for it, but at some point we got to grow up, because I understand everybody has their whole moments. I get it, like, I get it. I feel like 19 was the age that your hormones are just crazy and raging, and it's actually scientifically proven. Get it out, and we're grown now. So have some class, have some respect for yourself. Women, stop just sleeping with everybody and everything, and actually hold men up to a standard so that when they approach me properly, and I ain't gotta check nobody and act like somebody's mama. Jeez. And yes, get tested. So I'm done with my rants. Hit me up on Snapchat at Janaea Moore. I'm about to go out and turn up with my makeup artist You in the back dancing, but you're on you ain't on the video. We're about to go turn up. So show up, show out, and hit me up on Snap. Hit me up on the Snap. And that is the show for this week. You're watching Young and Impressionable. Thank you guys for helping me out. And if you still have some more comments, post them because it'll help me. I still need to know topics you want to discuss, anything like that.
Leaving comments.
But yeah, leave some comments. See you next week.
Stay beautiful.
Stay beautiful. And stop being fuckboys. Peace.